Hey, y'all, it's Jim at Pokemon here. I've got my Regrade back from PSA, just came back in the mail. I haven't even opened it up yet. I did cut the sides here. So I just want to go and tear into this, let you guys see what I got. I checked out the grades online, so I already know what they are. But this is probably going to be a little bit longer of a video, just so I want to show you all the actual cards themselves. One, two, cool. Yeah, I want to go through each card individually and let y'all actually see what they look like for the regrade. So every card I sent in is a PSA 9. The cards I actually sent in are a little different than the video I made, because I changed it like last second right before I sent it out. Oh, come on, baby. Okay, so the first card up, we have Charizard. Cool. And so you can kind of see this grade. And from the regrade, very, very few were upgraded to a 10. And so I'm going to go through each of these kind of slowly. And I want you all to be able to see why they might have gotten a 9. Okay, I've thought about doing like a PSA submission video where I actually go through and grade these and try to show you. So you see the nick down here in the bottom left hand corner. It's probably why it stayed a 9. But I mean, this is like a perfect Charizard. It looks really, really good. There's like nothing really wrong with it at all. So kind of frustrating it got a 9, but you know, you can see PSA regrade it. Following this, I probably will not submit any more regrades in the way I did, because I submitted these all in the cases, let PSA uncase them and then recase them. So I'll probably do what Hisoka, a lot of other guys do. So you can see down here at the bottom they have a little nick. And sometimes they'll give these a 10 if they have the nick still. And that's really, really small. So Alakazam, still missing this guy from Expedition. I've got 2 I'm about to send in. I don't have any cards at PSA right now, but I have 2 more submissions I'm working on putting together. And you can see this one's a little off center to the right, a little smaller on this side. And I mean, there's like a small nick down there, but that's just factory, you know. There's one down here too, but this is from the factory. Maybe just like a little bit edge wear up here. I don't know if y'all can see that. But I mean, this is a really good looking 9, so I guess that's what's kind of hard. Then we have Tentacruel from Acropolis. As far as I know, there's not a PSA 10 one of these right now. There's only the 9. Yeah, maybe this bottom corner here. But I mean, these nicks are really, really small, and you know, it's how the card was when you pulled it out of the pack. So just because you pull a card out of a pack does not mean it's going to get a 10. A lot of them will get 9s and some 8s. So 9's pretty much a pack fresh card. Again, I mean, this card looks really, really good. You can see the edge wear a little bit on the corner here, but I mean, it's so hard to tell, you know. And I don't even think we found 110 yet. And so Acropolis, Blissey. Still need one of these. Time I'm shooting this video, I'm only missing 4 cards from Acropolis. So barely, you know, little stuff down here, and it's really, really hard to tell. See if I can get the focus here. But that's the only thing wrong with this card. I mean, the centering is just great. Perfect centering. Poliwrath. I have more cards I set aside to be regraded that I haven't posted online yet, but I want to see how these did. So, I mean, this card, you can see how good it looks, and You know, still got a 9. Second time I've graded it. So I've paid, you know, a little under 20 bucks to get this card graded, all in all, and you know, I'd probably be happy to sell this for 35 if I could get it. But you never know. It's a discovery, so I'll probably go for like 30 plus shipping. Then you got Houndour. Pokemon Master 556, he just had a 10 come back of this. Before that, there were 2 of them. There was one for a long time. You can see that this is, you know, again, only this small little nick over here on the edge is the only thing I see. Maybe a little edge wear up here at the top, maybe. Like right where my finger is. You know, all 10 of them. Alright. Then Raikou, I was really hoping this would get a 10. Last one of these sold for like 300 bucks. That was a 10. But fell just a little short. I mean, again, you know, you can kind of look at this and it looks really, really good. It's hard to imagine like why this didn't get a 10. You know, this is a good candidate for a card that I might break open and send back in, because the only thing keeping it from a 10 in my eyes is it's a little off-centered here to the right, but PSA on the back, it's 60-40, and so as long as, you know, 60% is on the left and 40% is on the right, it's still a 10 worthy. And I mean, maybe some edge wear back here on this top hand corner. Really, really hard to see anything wrong. I mean, you can see how perfect that looks. But they said it should be worth a 9, so that's what's, I guess, kind of tough. Because the card looks perfect. And I got 10s that look pretty close to this. This one might be better than, so it's really hard to reason with why they grade some things the way they do. I'm hoping it's not like an ego thing, you know? It's like, oh, you're sending a bunch of these 9s. They're not going to be 10s because we don't mess up. We're PSA. It's like, dude, come on. I sent these in because I thought they would get 10s. This one, I mean, I can kind of see up here at the top. It's got some stuff. It's really, really small. A little frustrating. I sent in 2 of these. I actually bought one of these online from a guy, so I got this in 10 already from a Neo Rev set, but got 2 more 9s. I'll probably try to put together a PSA 9 Neo Rev set I can post online. I know I'm missing a Gyarados and PSA 9 right now. I think I'm also missing a Ho-Oh. No, I've got one in this submission, so. Got a shiny Magikarp online right now. I'll probably take down so I can put with the lot. Again, I mean, this Ho-Oh, what's wrong with it? I mean, look at it. What's wrong with it? Maybe this corner down here. Maybe. Hold on. See if we can get the focus. There we go. So you kind of see that corner. Like, I mean, that's the only thing I can see. So, I can see a lot of people buying my 9s and resubmit them for 10s. Even though I've already submitted this twice. I don't know how many times, Hisoka, if you're watching, you've resubmitted cards. And some people will resubmit a card like 3 or 4 times. And the 4th time it'll get a 10. But, like, I mean, this looks really good. Maybe some stuff at the top up here. Let's see if we can zoom in here. Zoom in. You can kind of see the top. I mean, that looks 9 worthy. But again, I'm zoomed in on this card to the extreme. And that's the only thing I can see. Alright, so next card, got the Entei. Again, just perfection. Let's see, is there anything on here? This is a factory nick up here. You can see, and I actually like to zoom in. I'm gonna keep on using this. You can see that top corner. Now if I turn it around, again, maybe part of the top up here. Really hard to see, but that could be just from this top thing at the top of the card. All right. Next up, we have Light Togetic. Not really anything going on here. If I zoom in, you can kind of see maybe this bottom corner. You can see some of the silvering. Even some of the tints have silvering, which it's actually a lot easier to see the cards this way. I think I might start recording the videos where you zoom in like this. I mean, you can see there's hardly any silvering at the top up there. The right hand side there is. So I mean, I can understand why this got a 9. You can see that corner. I'm sorry for the lighting here. I try to keep my back to a window so y'all can see, but I mean the back of this card is flawless. I think this one might have been a 9 based upon the front of the card. But still, you know, looking at it from a distance, I mean, you can't see any silvering. That's perfect. That's perfect. We still got a 9, so again, hard to tell why PSA does certain things sometimes. So next up, we have Blissey. I have a ton of Blisseys, so if there's any Blissey fans out there, please feel free to let me know. I'll give you a deal on this card. I have a lot of them. Tried really hard to find a good Blissey. I just had a hard time finding it. I did find one online. I've got a 10. I've got 5 or 6 of these graded still. So, and these cards are actually really good when they're zoomed in really close. So, nice little high quality picture there for you. See the Blissey. Okay. So here are a few of the upgrades we have. Very excited about this, and I'm going to zoom in just as much on these so we can compare. Okay, so the hollow foil looks really good. There's not really any silvering on the side. I mean, look at that. You see there at the top? PSA is giving this a Gem Mint 10, and you can see the silvering up there. I wonder if my zoom in capabilities are as good as theirs. I'm recording this off my phone, by the way. So you can see that edge right there. Alright. Very good. I'm going to pause it real fast. Okay. Just had a guess. You can see that little nick down there? Alright, I'm going to pull up the Light Togetic. Okay, so here's the Light Togetic, okay? So we're going to take these side by side so you can see the differences. Okay, I would say the Scizor looks worse. There's a Scizor, there's a Light Togetic. Now let's look at this bottom corner. Okay, you see that? There's a Scizor that got a 10, and here's a Light Togetic. Wow. I'd say I'm pretty shocked. The Light Togetic, I don't know, I mean, they don't look that far apart. And here, I'm gonna put the Light Togetic down, and we're gonna flip the Scizor on the back so y'all can see the back. Because the Togetic, the back looks amazing. Okay, again, you can kind of see my thumbprints on here. I do clean the cards before I put them in a plastic sleeve and stuff, so any of my thumbprints won't be on there when I put them in a sleeve. So I try to avoid that from happening. It should be pretty clean. Okay. So PSA, there's a close-up for everyone. So we'll go on and zoom out of the Scizor here. It's off the side. Here's another one that got upgraded. This is the Acropolis Ampharos. Go and zoom in here. This has got a 10. This might be one of the first 10s or one of the only 10s for the Ampharos. Let me see if I can get some good lighting here for you. Hold on. Let's let the camera auto adjust. Turn on the back here. I'm really excited about this card getting a 10, just because It's been really hard for this to happen. I mean, you can see up there, that's a factory nick. Like, this is the way it was when it came out of the pack. You know, and most of the ones that got 9s and stuff on here, focus, you know, they have these same nicks. So that's what's hard to justify. And I haven't sent any, I haven't broken any cases yet because I'm just worried I'm going to ruin a card. You know, a card I paid like, you know, 15, 20 bucks for loose. I'm worried I'm going to, you know, damage it. So again, you can see this is like factory wear on the 10. That's just kind of a little frustrating. And so maybe I'll title this video PSA Unveiled, PSA Uncovered. I'm not really sure. I've got one more box here for us. This will probably just have like my papers in it. It's got, I think, my Blissey in here too. But it's kind of unearthing to see, you know, the way PSA is doing some of the stuff. So you can see, you just got some papers in here, just my return form, a few things they always like to send you. Here's a Typhlosion. They got upgraded to a 10. And so I think this is my second one. I have 2 up for sale right now. Okay. So let me know if y'all like getting the card zoomed in like this. If y'all like this view. I don't really see too many people zoom in this close. You can see all the ins and outs. Maybe I'll try to get some better lighting here for the next video. Okay, so down at the bottom, I mean, this card looks like a 10. It looks flawless. I didn't see any factory wear on it, anything. I think this is just beautiful, and so I don't have any complaints about this one. So last card, we have Best of Game. Really cool to see this get upgraded to a 10, but again, you know, it's hard to justify. Does it deserve it? Because these scratch very easily. The packs that these Best of Game cards came in were all in a sealed pack with like 8 of them stacked. So a lot of times, you know, all the cards are scratched except for the top one. I thought I saw some silvering. Okay, yeah, there's some silvering right there. So cards will get a 10 if they have silvering. So Best of Game. Look at that. You see that piece of chip for silvering? That chip, like, I'm glad this thing got a 10. Like, that's really cool. I'm excited. But, you know, I want my cards that are 10s, I want them to be worthy of a 10, you know? It's like, a lot of times when I buy cards, I pay a premium for them because I want that high grade. You know, I want the value to stay with it throughout the future. I don't want to, you know, have my 10s devalued from all these cards that shouldn't be 10s out there. You know, so like all these Neo Destiny cards came back 10s. Well, there weren't many Neo Destiny cards in 10s for a long time because they just aren't worthy of it, you know? So, I don't know. Maybe this is just me letting out some frustrations, but graded a lot of cards. Kind of odd to see some of these get 10s, like the Typhlosion. It should have been a 10. This Best of Game Electabuzz, I'd probably say maybe should have still been a 9, even though it's got this little nick. You know, this is only, I think, the 3rd one of these in the world that's got a 10. So, you know, I'd like to keep it rare. I don't know, I'm gonna think about this one for a little bit. I'm gonna think about it before I send off my next submission. Kind of frustrating. So, until next time, guys, appreciate y'all watching. Appreciate y'all staying around for the whole length of the video. If you have any comments or concerns or questions, just let me know, and we can talk. I always like talking to other graders and stuff, seeing what y'all get back. So, until next time, peace. So just want to show y'all that I paid $184 for that regrade. Only 4 of them upgraded to a 10. You know, I think more probably should have been upgraded to a 10, and maybe 1 or 2 of the 10s probably should have stayed a 9. You know, you guys saw an up-close video of everything. So, you know, it seems like PSA might just be the one winning here. Something to think about. All right, peace.